Then why we need this? Then why we need this lightning? Because already here I think I logged in now. So let me open that. Hmm. Fine. Why we came to lightning? Because there are some drawbacks in the Visual Force page. What are those drawbacks? Visual Force page is a entire page. If you want to make any small change, entire page loads. Okay. So making modifications, that is one difficulty. And also Visual Force page by default, it will not give you so many facilities to have. And using Visual Force page, you cannot build very beautiful and good looking websites. It will be normal, but it will work fine. But end users want their customers interest, and they want to attract their customers using their website, right? It should be colorful, attractive. So that kind of colorful, attractive websites, it's difficult to build through Visual Force page. Then you can say, can't we use CSS, can't we use JavaScript to enhance that? Yes, you can do that. But what we need to do, first we need to create a separate CSS file, separate JavaScript file, and upload those files in the static resources and use them inside your Visual Force page. Okay, but in that, what is the drawback? The drawback is, if you want to make small change also, entire file you need to download, make the change, upload the file again, and then you will see the output. Generally, we will do our change in the sandbox, and then we will deploy the changes into higher environments and in production, right? So if this kind of testing and this kind of verification is there, it will be easy. It will not be easy, and it will be difficult to figure out where the problem is and all those things. Okay, so that's why they started lightning. With lightning, what we could achieve with lightning, see why we are going to lightning, and with lightning what we could achieve already I explained. But I think I'm not sure whether you got complete clear picture of why we are using lightning, what is the importance and all. So this is a lightning component I am creating. Okay, when you create a lightning component, it is nothing but a lightning component bundle. Okay, every lightning component will have the component, will have the controller, will have the helper, will have the style, will have the documentation, will have the renderer, design, SVG. Okay, so you can say that every lightning component is a bundle of these 8 elements. Okay, what are these? Component, controller, helper, style, documentation, all these things. Fine. First component. Inside component, the first thing that we need to write is aura component. It should start with aura component and it should end with aura component. Okay, like how in Visual Force page, Apex page starting, Apex page ending. Similarly, for lightning component, it should start with aura component and it should end with aura component. In lightning component, how we have written controller equal to Apex class, controller equal standard controller equal to. Similarly, here also we will write controller equal to, and we will write some controller name. What is this and all we will see. Okay, and here implements force, app hostable, flexi page available, all these things are like, if you use all these things wherever you want to display this, that you are mentioning here. If you don't write implements all these things, only your component can be accessed through lightning application, but you cannot access it in any other existing page. So if you want to use that in any other existing page, then you will use the implements and whatever the thing that you want to use, so those things you will put. So here app hostable, flexi page available, it means in flexi page, record home in on a particular record. Okay, force has record id, record on specific record id. So this one, force community, lightning quick action. Like, you no need to write all these things. Just if you check the check boxes, these things will come. If you don't write these, if you don't check any checkbox also, it is fine. Then also it will work only on the lightning application. But if you do all these things, it will be available at these places as well. You can check only one. If you want only as an app hostable, you will check only this. If you want only on the record home page, then you will only check this third one. Other things you will not check. That's up to your wish. Next, here what I am doing, aura handler name equal to init value, this action equal to c dot do init. So this is nothing but this c dot do init. What is this? This is nothing but our JavaScript controller. Okay, so how we will use the JavaScript do init? From there we came to do init. Okay, action c dot do init. From here we came to do init. Here we have written JavaScript function. Now you understood, right? What is a JavaScript function? We have done examples on the JavaScript, right? So inside JavaScript function, I am passing these three parameters: component, event, helper. These are the three different parameters I am passing to this function. Okay, where action, what is action? Action is a variable where, okay, equal to component dot get c dot get contacts. Okay, so get contacts I am trying to do. Okay, and action dot set callback this comma function response. Okay, and here component dot set, component dot get means getting the data, component dot set means I want to set the value. Okay, I want to set the value. What value? Response dot get return value. From here I am getting the response, and that I am setting it here. A dot nq action, inside action I am giving. So now what happens? Because of this one, c dot do init, it is going to this JavaScript controller, and inside JavaScript I have written this. Okay, and from here I went into the helper. If the JavaScript method is so complex, then from here again you can give so many helpers, and these helper methods you can write the complex code. Okay, so for example, each method is having 100 lines. Like you have 5 methods, 500 lines. So those 500 lines, each method you will write separately here, and those things you will call it here. So here you will have only 5 lines. It will be easy to understand what is what is happening next afterwards. Okay, so that purpose this will help. And from here in the through the controller or through the helper, you can call apex class as well. Next, if you want to use any CSS directly, you can write that inside style. Inside style, if I want to write some CSS, okay, so whatever CSS I want to give, that CSS I can give here directly. And documentation, if I want to prepare some documentation, see, for every coding that we do, we need to have some documentation. What is the behind scenes? Why we are doing this? What is the business functionality of this? Okay, how we are doing, and everything we need to write some documentation. Otherwise you will work in a project for 6 months or 2 years or 1 year. After that you may go to a different company, another person will come, he will not understand what is going on here. So documentation is needed. Of course you can write documentation in the form of comments wherever it is needed, but if you want to explain something in detail, you can mention documentation, and inside documentation you can write whatever documentation you want. And renderer, your render method overrides go here. If you want to render anything, you can write this. Design, if you want to write some design information, you can write it. SVG means logo kind of thing. Okay, if you want to have certain logos, then you will use SVG. Okay, so every single lightning component will have all these things available. So in whichever things you want, you can use. Whichever things you don't want, you cannot, you can ignore. So here, if I want to write only component, I don't want to controller, helper, style, everything, that's fine. Or if you want to write controller and component, but I want to keep all these things empty, that is also fine. So now after creating the component, okay, inside the component, I have given this iteration is nothing but like for loop kind of thing. Here inside this uh, list item, li means, ol means ordered list. Okay, okay, and here output text I'm giving different values. If I show you the, see, I created a Lightning application. Inside Lightning application, if I want to call a Lightning component, this is how you will call. C colon my Lightning component. Okay, my Lightning component is the name of my component. C colon, you can call any number of components here. But if you want to see the preview, preview will not be available on the component. Preview will be available on the app. Okay, preview will be available on the app. Preview will not be available on the component. Clear? So let me go to the app and click on the preview. Now what it is doing? It is taking me to that Lightning component result. This is the result of my Lightning component, what I have contacts. Okay, fine. So this is how the Lightning component is built and used. Okay, you may see that how can I remember all these things? How can I write? Okay, for that only we have a solution. Don't worry. Now I will tell you the easy way. Lightning component library. Salesforce Lightning component library. So this contains, see, if you want this kind of buttons, okay, different colors, red color, green color, blue color, neutral, these things, then what type of code I need to use? Okay, simply go here, component controller, everything it will give. Which one you are interested in? I am interested in this one. Okay, if I click, that will come. Okay, so control, okay, this just copy this component. Okay, control C. File, new Lightning component. Okay, so if I want to display my Lightning component inside a Lightning tab, then I will click this. Inside a Lightning page, then I will click this. Inside a Lightning record page, then I will click this. Inside a experience builder site page, inside a Lightning quick action, then I will click. I don't want in any of these things, then simply don't select anything. Okay, just click on submit. So as soon as I create a new component controller helper, everything came right. Now here I already copied that code. I will paste that code here. Okay, now let me see here. Here what are there? Lightning button variant, base variant. This is neutral variant. Okay, sorry, this is a brand variant, brand outline, destructive test, success. These are different variants of the button. Okay, now let me go to the controller. Okay, first okay, let me go to the controller, and here, first let me save the component. Okay, component, I saved it. Okay, now let me go to this controller. Is there na? See this controller. Let me copy this controller and we go here. Controller, control A, control V. Okay, control S. So here what I am doing now. Let me enlarge this handle click. Okay, let control S. Yeah. So wait. I will tell you. I'll tell you. Don't worry. First we need to save this. Okay, see here, this is the component. Here lightning aura component, inside that lightning colon button. Okay, inside that variant base, label base, title base action, on click, c dot handle click. Here whatever we give, okay, the same name you need to give it here. Okay, so now this will execute. Here what I am saying, function component
Recording in progress. Recording in progress.
Okay, guys. Now, am I audible? Please confirm once. There was some network issue. Is it fine now? Okay. So now here, let me go to that. Okay. So I used handle click function component. Can you hear me now? Guys, please confirm me once. Your internet is unstable. Once confirm me, guys. Can you hear me or not? Okay, fine. Let me close all the existing ones. Okay. Lightning buttons example. Okay. This is the component bundle. Okay. In that lightning component, first one, this is the controller. Okay. So other things, CSS and all, I am not using right now. Okay, fine. So now for this one, if I want to use this, then what I need to do? Lightning underscore buttons, that is the name of my component, right? So let me do one thing. Let I can use multiple components in the same page, but in order to avoid confusion, I am using only one. Lightning underscore buttons underscore ex. Okay, this is the name of what? My lightning component. Okay, now let me click on update preview. See, my first lightning app, because that is the text I have given there. And here base button, if I click, then you clicked base. Okay. If I click on neutral, you clicked neutral. Okay. If I click on brand, you clicked brand. If you click on brand outline, you clicked on brand outline. You clicked on destructive. You clicked on destructive text. You clicked on success. Like this. If you want button, just take that particular line from that code. You're getting my point. If you want button, okay, I want only success button. Okay, for example, then what I will do from here, I will copy only this line. That is enough. Okay, only this single line I will copy. And what will happen? I can create the success button. Yes or no? Okay, if I want this red color button, then I will go with this one. Okay, like this, whatever you want, like this, whatever you want, you can pick it from here. If you want this kind of structure, then go for this. If you want this kind of thing, okay, all this symbols, if you want, go for this. If you want this one, go for this. Okay, whatever you want, all things are already available here in the library. Go copy paste, use it. Everything is there. So many components are there. Now you understood the concept. Now you can copy from here the code. You are understanding the reasoning behind it, right? That's enough. You can manage all these things. Okay. So now you got some basic understanding about the lightning, right? So this lightning is good. We can do all these things. But the drawback with lightning is we are following the older version, ECMA 5 version we are following. Okay. But this is not as per the World Wide Web Consortium standards. Okay. So that is why there are two main drawbacks. One thing is we are not following the standards. World Wide Web Consortium standards we are not following. And second reason is currently we are dependent on the Aura framework. Okay. Tomorrow, if suddenly the company which is providing Aura framework says that, okay, from tomorrow onwards pay money, otherwise I will not give, then entire Salesforce is dependent on all its customers who are paying $5 per month, $10 per month. If that person, Aura, that company which is giving the Aura component, if that framework, the companies that is giving the framework, if that company says that give me $10, then entire Salesforce will collapse. Yes or no? If you are buying it at $10 and if you are selling it at $5, after doing lot of hard work, you will get loss only, right? So we don't know. So that's why Salesforce decided that this is not approach wherein we can continue the business like this. Okay. So let's move to another thing. So here the drawbacks. First thing, developers like you and me who are already experienced and comfortable with Visual Force page, they felt that it is difficult to learn and use the Lightning components. So they thought that, okay, fine, we can hire front-end developers directly. As this is not following the standards, it is completely new. Even front-end developers who do the HTML, CSS, JavaScript, for them also it is difficult because here we are using new components. So what happened? They cannot use the existing resources. They cannot get the resources directly from the front end. So this, people usage of this one is like the pace is very slow. Okay, we could not build great applications quickly because of the shortage of developers. Okay, but when they started Lightning, the end users liked the Lightning. End users liked the look and feel, the layout, look and feel. End users liked it, but from developer point of view, it became really, really tough. And the companies who are working behind the scenes to make this work, they are suffering a lot. So considering all these points, all these drawbacks, Salesforce thought that, okay, this is not a sustainable approach. So that's why we have to choose a sustainable approach. So that's why Salesforce started looking for alternates. Then Salesforce thought that, okay, it will be good if we create Lightning Web Components. Okay, in Lightning Web Component, the problems that what we are facing in Lightning Component will be resolved. First problem, Lightning components are not as per the standards. Lightning Web Components are as per the standards. Okay, I will give you the differences. Okay, see this one. Differences between Lightning components are user interface framework that is used to create applications for desktop and mobile technology. Salesforce admins deploy these components to construct. Okay, benefits of Lightning components. Okay, for admins, evolution of Lightning components. Okay, benefits of Lightning Web Components. See, benefits of Lightning Web Components for developers. What are the benefits it is giving? Standardized based architecture can build components for pages faster. Code reuse is supported for quicker deployments. Support unit test for quality assurance. Access to more developer talent who can quickly use Lightning Web Components to create desired solutions. Okay, for admins, what it is giving, the advanced user based architecture, LWC component make the process of building a Lightning page much easier. Implement Lightning Web Components with just clicks in the application. For users, the component run fluidly without browser interference, enhancing performance. Now, this is the main thing. See here, what are the differences between Lightning component and Lightning Web Component? Lightning component uses a standardized JavaScript framework. Lightning Web Component uses standard tools like CSS, HTML, and updated JavaScript. Okay. So it is not the updated framework. It is the updated framework. Okay. It is following ECMA script 7. It is following ECMA script 5. Okay. So it is not the latest version. Users must be more proficient with the Salesforce platform to use the Lightning components. But here aligned with modern web standards, so developers don't need to be familiar with Salesforce architecture. So here simply what I'm saying, if you want to become a Lightning component developer, you should be a pro both in Salesforce also in Aura component development also. Whereas if you want to become a Lightning Web Component development, you no need to be a Salesforce developer. Directly, I can get someone who is already working as a web developer and I can ask him to build a Lightning component. Backend, Apex, the Salesforce developer will build. Frontend, I can get that from any frontend developer. Okay, next. Takes longer to build and deliver and can be pre-C. Few out-of-box components. Takes longer to build and deliver. It takes more time to build and deliver. Whereas the structure that relies on using code that runs natively on browsers, improving performance while making it much faster to deploy and more versatile. Here in Lightning component, what it is happening, we are building a Lightning component using the Aura framework, and that needs to be converted into HTML, CSS, and JavaScript so that the browser can understand. Here we are directly writing our code in which the browser can understand. So this conversion time we are saving here in Lightning Web Component. So the page loads quickly, the components load quickly so that it will increase the performance. Next, code reuse is supported. Here also code reuse is supported, but some more advanced features are there in Lightning Web Components. Doesn't support unit testing framework. This supports the unit testing framework. Okay. In Lightning Component, the unit testing framework is not there. Okay. For Apex class, we have unit testing. Test class is there. For Lightning Components, nothing is there. But for LWC, we have it. So that is very much important. Okay. Heavily rely on the Aura framework for creation and execution, which is limiting, not built on code that runs natively in browsers. You are dependent on Aura here. You are dependent on Aura framework here. If the Aura framework itself is not providing some feature, you cannot use that. You out of the features that are provided by Aura, some you can utilize for yours. But if that Aura itself is not giving, then you cannot use it. So these are the limitations that we are facing. And suddenly if Aura says that pay money, that is also a big problem. Here, natively supported in the browser, applications performance is faster. So these are some of the differences why we are moving from Lightning component to Lightning Web Component. Put the heading Lightning Web Component. Put the heading Lightning Web Component. Write down these points. Write down these points. Put the heading Lightning Web Components and start from here.
No need to learn Aura.
In Lightning Web Component, you no need to learn Aura.
As a developer, I am a fresher. I will try to learn directly from Lightning Web Component.
Yes.
There is no need to learn Lightning.
Yes.
That is too common. Only in Salesforce, those what libraries they are providing, those we can only use that.
Now we can build our own component, our own code we can write. That I have given you for easy reference. That is the easy way to learn, to understand, and to use. You can write your code in whichever way you want. But like Apex, if you want to write the code, you need to understand each and everything and you need to build it from scratch. Instead, the ready-made code is available. That's why I'm telling you to take that code, and it is legal. Salesforce only is providing that. It's not illegal that you are using it. It is provided by Salesforce, and Salesforce is saying that if you want this feature, use it here in this way. So whatever feature you want, you just check there. Okay. Then that code you can use directly. I want you to write down these points. After that, I want you to write down this table also. Okay, then you will get some understanding. Okay. In today's class, I want to give you the outline, why we are using it. Okay. Practically, we will do it from Monday. Okay. Tomorrow there is no class. Practically, we will do it from Monday. Today, I want you to understand why we are doing, how we are doing, and all. Note down, note down. When you note down, you will get some points. This is also one of the interview question. Okay, that's why I'm asking you to note down. Okay. One interesting thing I want to tell you is if you have already built a lightning component, okay, there is a page. In that page, we want to put 4 components. Already you have 2 lightning components. If you build other 2 components using LWC, then also it is fine. So within the same page, we can have lightning components and lightning web components together. So if a company is starting to build lightning web components, it no need to scrap the existing lightning component. They can use them along with the new lightning web component. So that is how it is helping the existing businesses to grow inside lightning web component. Okay. Salesforce provides base lightning web components built on lightning design system to use a building blocks for your custom experience. Okay. It means you can have, like how you build a wall, brick by brick, you will put one on top of another and you can construct a wall. Similarly here, you will build individual lightning web components, and a admin who don't know any coding, he can just drag and drop these elements and he can construct the page using this lightning web components. So here the what the developers, lightning web component developers will do, they will build new lightning web components and admins can use these lightning web components wherever they want to use. Okay. Backward compatibility means you can build lightning components using two programming models, lightning web components and the original model aura components. Lightning web components and aura components can coexist. Coexist means together they can exist on the same page. That's what the point here is. Okay. The fastest way to code your first lightning web component is using a live code environment. To get started with a simple component, we recommend using LW Studio or Salesforce DX tools. LW Studio, LWC Studio. Okay. You can sign in with GitHub. Okay. If you click here, if you don't have an existing GitHub, you can actually create an account. Okay. Okay.
Just remove the picture in this, click that arrow. This side. Yeah, that's it. That's it. No, no, no. Click here. Yeah, okay. Maybe wrong with that. Neither did I try. Salesforce training and
I will Salesforce training @gmail.com.
3G.
3Gs ఉంటాయి దాంట్లో. Today's date
10, 11.
ఇక్కడ చదువుతాను, అక్కడ చూడు ఒకసారి. SALESFORCETRAININGGG.
ING మళ్ళీ వస్తుంది. RAININGG.
Okay.
మళ్ళా చూపిస్తుంది. పవర్ పోతుంది సార్. Delete account. Delete my account. Understand? There is no. Use చేసేదండి. Yes, yes. It's a exit on there. Website also an exit on there. Yes.
Okay, this is our repository. Here we can include our code. We'll go to this and we will write our code here. So here first what we need to understand, create your first component. Let's create a hello world lightning web component using a third party IDE LWC Studio. In a browser, go to app.lwc studio, sign in to the GitHub account. After you sign in, click the new button, create a file by clicking the file icon that appears next to the src folder and name it hello world.html. Okay, so here what we are doing, directly .html and writing the HTML code, .js and writing the JS code. Okay, after that app HTML. So it means we are writing directly using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So that's why it is easy for that web browser to understand and display this code. We will do this practically in our next class. Okay, till that time you just try to read the the content which I have given. Okay, so practically I will show you how to write the code and how to use this. Fine. Of course, in the beginning it might look difficult, but later it will be very easy. Okay, one by one we will do this. Okay.